In today's Let's Draw video, we are pushing to 20-0 in the Clash Royale Evolution tournament with this absolutely incredible mortar deck. In case you guys don't want to miss any Clash Royale content just like that, make subscribe and also make sure to use creator code Morten in the shop. I actually appreciate this a lot, and as you guys can see, we're directly going to game number 1 here versus Blueberry. So I decided to show you guys yesterday already like a different deck, like the Lava deck, which I think in my opinion is the most overall solid deck to actually get the 15 wins, even if you're not a good player. Of course, the best deck, which I'm showing you guys, is just like, in my opinion, a deck which the overall best win rate and use rate maybe. I kind of mix between that in the Evolution tournament. You guys know, I'm not known to be the best Lava deck player. I've actually used a ton of times Lava to get like the first 10, 12 wins to get really a big crown advantage, because crown is actually a tiebreaker in the top 50. And just like some easy and nice wins. But overall, at like some wins, I prefer like at like 12, 15, I prefer a deck which I'm feeling more comfortable with. So this could also be a strategy for you guys if you're like a really good player. You can use like Lava for early wins and then just use a different deck. Or you can of course also play Lava all the time. Let me know which deck you use in the global tournament there. So we're playing this absolutely incredible mortar deck here. And we're facing off Blueberry, who is a really, really solid player. I know that you guys know Blueberry is a really good player there. So as you guys can see here, I have my hands here, so I played this games yesterday already, but I kind of still want to show guys that because I think it's always good gameplay. And we are facing off, I think it's like a complete mirror match. He has guards though, and I think he also plays Mother Witch. So he plays Mother Witch guards instead of Gang Spears, which has some disadvantage and also advantages. I would say his variation is in the mirror matchup way, way better than ours, but I feel like my deck is overall better against Goblin Giants, against Lava Hounds, against Giants, because we got like a bit more single target damage and also a bit more against air, right? And also a bit more pressure, because Mother Witch is mainly just defensive card and just works really good against spam, but against like Lava decks, against tank decks in general, it works really bad. So we're using our cannon card here directly in the back, just like controlling the game. As we always want to do that, right? With mortar minus cycle, it's like a control based deck, and our opponent's going to be really aggressive there. He wasted his scale cannon back and also minus. So I felt like, okay, this might be an opportunity for us to just be really aggressive there. Also, we get good arrows there. And as you guys can see, the mortar, I thought for a second maybe the mortar locks on tower, but it actually did not. So really good spear golems there. So he can't really use his ability. I was kind of hoping for one mortar shot, but it seems like this is not going to happen. But I can just go for a mortar again, just tank for that. And I'm also going to go bats, and I think I'm just going to use the ability. I'm going to go mine there. I know he doesn't have spear goblins, so he kind of has to decide whatever he's going to do. And as you guys can see, the spear goblins are going to pile up on the left hand side and going to be able to get so much damage to get off the Skeleton King. And now we're in a really, really big lead, of course. He's just gonna let the right side go, but I still need to be really careful about his push, right? He got a evolution mortar and also a cannon card pushing and killing my mortar instantly. And we all know how annoying it can be. Also, he got he also got skeleton drags instead of, what does he have with skeleton drags instead, man? Am I stupid? But he also got skeleton drags. I think against instead of, no, he has also bats. What does he have instead of that, bro? No, oh yeah, he doesn't have Mother Witch. Okay, then was like a someone else. I faced like this stack, or I maybe even faced in this video also. I faced someone who has also Mother Witch. I was like kind of okay, kind of mixing it around, but he got Skeleton Drags, which I think also a bit better than a mirror matchup, because they can be really hard to defend behind the cannon card and so on, but also of course a bit more expensive. But I personally prefer my variation because he just got a bit more swarm, and also there's some matches the skill DDs don't really do anything in my opinion. So we just go aggressive for Miner here. Miner's going to be able to get a ton of damage. I'm just going to decide to go arrows on defense, which I think is the right choice, as you guys can see. But our tower actually took a ton of damage there, so we have to be really careful. 103. This is actually not in arrows range, so I have to be careful. I'm gonna go for the mortar in the defense. I have to go bats high, and now I kind of need to pray. So he goes in again aggressive. He doesn't have Miner and Cycle, we know that. So I have to go Skeleton King there. I'm just gonna go miner immediately at the bridge. I'm just gonna go arrows there. He decides to go mine at the same time, so there's no response against the miner. GG's, well played. And now we're 16-0. Next game here was McGowan, and to be fair, most of the guys are playing kind of mortar. What is kind of like the matchups you're gonna face the most? I feel like a ton of people are using mortar, a ton of people using lava in this deck. This deck is honestly, it's okay against lava. I wouldn't say it completely counters lava because I lose most of the time against Dominic. But I also win a ton of times with Lava against, but I also won against Lava and everything later on. So it kind of depends how you play, which variation the opponent plays, how the matchup, how the start is and so on. So I'm just going for a miner there. So this guy plays a deck which is currently 30-0, or was 30-0 at this point recording, which is like, I'm gonna publish it 1 hour, like 30 minutes later. I'm just gonna go into the editing, and soon it will be uploaded. So actually at this point, maybe somebody is still that high. With like Hawk X Tornado, bro. I don't know why, but like this Hawk X Tornado one tricks, they're crushing the Royale Terminator, just doing so well, bro. I don't know, man. I just feel like the Evolution Ice Spirit, Evolution Valk Tornado combination can be so good. So that was a really bad play on his end, because I can just go for my Goblin Gang here. He has to go for his Rocket, and this means, okay, he's going to be solo on Elixir. I'm just going to keep up spamming. And I think it kind of started with the mistake, him not being able to protect his execution against the cannon card, playing his Valkyrie a bit too late, and now we're going to be able to get early chip damage. I don't really think the matchup is that easy, because the execution is so annoying and the rocket cycle abilities can be so good, also the evolution Valk. And don't underestimate goblins, bro. Goblins are way more annoying because our miner gets less chip damage. Tornado, of course. Evolution Valk can be good against bats and so on. Evolution Ice Bird, man. Don't underestimate that. So I'm just gonna still decide to go for miner, because I know, yeah, he has to play something, right? Like, he has to go for a Hawk defense. I'm just gonna go mortar aggressively, because he has to play something in the middle, and then we might get a ton of cannon card value. I'm always looking out for the most cannon card value possible in this type of matches, because now cannon card in the middle, and we're gonna be able to get so much value on top of the Valk, and also on top of the Axie there. So I'm just going for my Skeleton King there. That was actually a really interesting tornado, but not the best tornado of all time. So things like, I kind of want to play my bats, but I know he has Rocket in hand. This is why I'm kind of like waiting. This is why I'm kind of waiting. He goes also for Lock. So I'm just gonna go Spears. I'm still gonna pop the ability, I think. I don't know if that was the best ability, but I think we do get some decent. Yeah, man, this is some damage, bro. Man, it was like over 300, 400 damage, so this is like completely fine for me. I'm just using my mortar here in the back, or like in the middle, of course, and he decides to go for this. So I'm gonna just chilling, because I don't want to play a stupid cannon card and like giving him like a tornado to line up on top of the tower and also on top of the cannon card. So I'm just gonna go aggressive minus there. So I'm just going to go for Tornado, a really nice Tornado. The miner is going to be able to get some chip damage. Also, the cannon card is taking out the Executioner, and now we're looking really, really solid. 900 HP advantage. Of course, we don't have a big spell. Of course, the opponent has the Rocket, but I still think it's overall fine. Using my my Mortar on defense here just to make sure the R tower is helping instead of high, because maybe, I don't know, maybe the Hawk Rider can actually break through with a bit of help of the Tornado, or with a bit of help of the Tornado. Or Lock, that's what I want to say. With a bit of help of the Tornado or Nado. Okay, perfect one. So I'm just gonna go for my hours there, because I really want to make sure I'm killing the Execution. Also, which is a bit like, we get the hours damage and our miner gets 2 more shots on top of the tower. I'm taking this, using my Spear Golems there, having a Mortar once again ready on defense. So this time the opponent's doing a really interesting choice. He just decides to go for a pre-Rocket and also goes in for his pre-Lock, which means he's going to be able to get some Hawk damage. But I can just go for a miner there. He goes in for his Exi and also goes for an Ice Bit, so he has to go for... I'm just gonna go for my ability still, because I knew he would add Nado his my miner to tower. I'm just gonna go Bat Stack and just go Spears. And as you guys can see, it's looking so good. He just has Valk, so he has to go for his Valk now. But as you guys can see, actually a bit lucky that the cannon card locked on. So 17-0. Matt Garen, you got destroyed, brother. Facing off Hawk Cycle next one. So what is Hawk Cycle gonna cook? So the thing is like, he got Cannoneer, so this means Bats will get a ton of value. So he goes in for his miner immediately. So I was like, okay, what is miner gonna be? Could be a ton of different stuff, could be just the same deck over and over and over again. So he just uses the cannon guy. I was like, okay, bro, it just has to be the same deck, right? It has to be the exact same deck, or maybe a slightly different variation. But okay, I'm just gonna go for my cannon card loader. He decides to go mortar immediately. Why do we go mortar defense in this type of matches? Because first of all, the opponent doesn't have any response to that. He can't just like go mine on top of that. Wouldn't make any sense, because cannon would just kill the miner. And you can't kill it, right? We don't have a big spell, so this is kind of why you want to do it. And also at the same time, the opponent has cannon card against it. So playing mortar on offense is just like, you just give them opponent like kind of a counter push in a way, with the cannon card on top of that, like a really good positive liquid trade. And that's where you always want to go mortars earlier on defense. This is exactly what I'm going to do, especially when the opponent has CC and cycle, like the cannon card and cycle. That's why I want to play my mortars always on defense and just chill, relax, and kind of want to find out his playstyle. Is he playing aggressive? Is he playing chilled? And kind of waiting for the opponent to be the first guy who's going to be aggressive and does the mistake. So I'm just going to use my Spear Golems there low. Was kind of hoping that maybe one bat survives. Actually not happening, but still okay. He's going to be able to take the damage lead with his hours, but overall still so good. I think I got a slight elixir advantage. And I guess I'm just going to cycle my Goblin Gang there. I was kind of expecting our cannon card, maybe bait that out. But the opponent actually has the Mother Witch, which is... Mother Witch, which is annoying. And this is exactly what I was going to say in the first game, which I thought opponent Mother Witch. No, this guy actually had Mother Witch. Mother Witch makes this matchup so hard, right? You can't just go bad to the bridge. You always give an opponent a counter push, so you have to be really careful about that. Okay. I fear I'm just going to go hours. They're making sure to take out the evolution mats, taking out the mortars, so no real worries about that. So I have to be I have to be really cautious about that, man. I have to be careful. Spear Goblins on the right-hand side, just like cycling something, apply oppression. Hey, which I'm also going to go continue with the gang. That was a really nice game because he played the Skeleton in the back, so he has to still commit guards. And now we go for defense mortar. Normally, I'm always a big fan. I think I'm saying in every single mortar video, I like going offensive mortars because I know how actually good the mortar is on offense. But there's also like some situations where I just feel like, okay, mortar, of course, evolution mortar on defense can be also good with the Goblin help. So I think this type of sequence I'm just going to use my ability. I have my arrows ready because he might go for like bats or something. I'm actually still gonna decide to go like for my arrows because I kind of want to take out his cannon card, and this is actually possible for us. So now we're looking really good. Playing my speed guns as low as I can, so he's not gonna be able to get a mana witch off that. And here I have to be a bit careful because I can't just go for like bats at the bridge. So I have to go gang. Even like I'm kind of taking the risk that he's gonna go mana witch, so I'm immediately gonna go defensive mortar, tank all that away, making actually sure that my how's it called? My cannies are kind of helping there and do a pretty good job there also at the same time. Like, man, that was a really good defense. So let's go bats, then top of his bats. And I think I'm not going to use the ability. I think it would be also an overcommitment, so I'm just going to chill. You have to be a bit careful there. So let's go miner here. This is like a bit like awkward because the cannon card was still tank, so I couldn't play my cannon card. Now, like my miner comes a bit late, and I also have to go now for my arrows really late. He goes in for a miner. I think he should have made. I think the miner was a bit useless because now we got a bit good tankage. But now it has to be careful because if the mana witch is actually able to survive there, we're gonna be in trouble. But actually didn't survive. It was a bit lucky, but next mana witch immediately coming at the bridge here, and also now like a really interesting sequence because actually this guard surviving was helpful for us because of the guard. He didn't get his 2 extra picks, and now it's time for me to go miner. It's time for me to go bats. Good cannon count is end, but he still has to defend with arrows, so still fine. The miner's going to be able to get 2 or 3 shots. I think it was actually 2 shots, so that's not bad. He's deciding to go on this side, so I'm just going to go Scale King on defense here, using my cannon card a bit into the middle to make sure to distract the mortar, but also at the same time kill the Scale King, using my Spear Goblins there because I was kind of expecting the ability to come out. Also going to go miner here in front of that because I thought maybe the Spear Goblins actually get like into piggies. Did not happen, so it's fine. I'm just going to use my next CC there on defense. And also at the same time, the left-hand side, the spears are going to be able to get a ton of chip damage here. Also, the cannon card locks on top of his cannon card, so that's not bad. He has to go arrows and mine on defense, which means, okay, I can just go for my mine on offense here. Mine is going to be able to come down. I'm just going to go for a pre-arrows here. And also, look at my Goblin! It's just pushing down the rain, going on tower, and we are now looking like really, really good. Cannon card diagonally back, maybe slamming on a miner. And now it's just about being careful about his mana witches. I know mana witch will come out of the bridge, so I can just use my mana defensively because I know, okay, it's all good. It's all, like, there are no problems at all because I have the damage advantage. So I have to be careful. He doesn't have arrows and psych. This is what I know, so I'm just going to spam here. Also using my next cannon card there. And we all know it's over. GG's, well played. 18-0, brother. And honestly, it was a tough matchup. I think we played way better. I mean, we controlled the game way better. And this is kind of what we want to do as a mortar player, right? In this mortar matchup, setting up defensive mortars and just, like, always being able to chip the side with the miner, with the Spear Goblins, but every time just when you have the mana witch out of cycle. Now we're like 18-0, and now let's continue the streak. Next game, 18-0, and we're playing against a guy who's playing really surprising. Like, I didn't expect to see 2.6 Hog Rider cycle at 18-0. This is fascinating, bro. So I'm just gonna immediately go for a miner. I know he doesn't have his Skeletons. I'm still gonna go because he might go for an ice split, so I'm still gonna use the ability. Miner's gonna be able to get some chip, and also skeletons are gonna pile up on tower, so this is not bad. He has to still go for a log. We're still gonna be able to get like 352 damage early on. I'm taking this, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I'm taking this. This is not bad. This is not shady. Nothing to be ashamed of, and I really want to see, like, let me know in the comment section, how is your Royal Tournament grind going? Is it going good? Is it going bad? Let me know, guys, and also which deck you're playing. So there's actually a placement, and I mean, like, timing when you're like able to completely counter Hogwarts for Goblin Gang. I just played a bit too late, so it was my bad. But yeah, that would have been really good. Why I decided to go gang there and not with my mortar? There's like a really simple reason. I knew the log was out of psych. I knew you couldn't afford a fireball, so why not just play a gang? It's a 3-for-4 trade. If you play it at the right time, it's no damage. At the same time, the opponent still has to commit an ice golem, example, on defense to counter the gang. So it would be overall a 3-to-6 trade. And this would be really, really good, especially against Hog Rider 2.6 out cycle, where they always want to outplay your mortars. So it's kind of good to sometimes save it on defense. So using my Skeleton King in the back, you kind of want to always go in for miner and arrows to off the musketeer. You really need to be careful about evolution skeletons because you got cannoneer, and there's sometimes like basically a secondary win condition against you, and also cleaning up pushes. So I'm just gonna go miner there again. I think this time I didn't go for my how's it called? oh man, that's a really nice thing. That was a really bad cannon. Pre-hours, because I knew we didn't have them right away, the skeletons and cycles. So that was a really good defense. So things like, of course, you can go like opposite lane. I'm just gonna go spears there. So spears are gonna come down. We're gonna be able to get a really good job there. I'm just gonna go Skelly King here at the bridge. Skelly King is gonna be able to get like some decent amount of volume. I'm just gonna go miner there. I'm kind of praying that the Skelly King tanks. Skelly King actually tanks. He has to go log now. He's gonna go log now, but I can just gonna continue spamming with a gang here. Ice Golem is actually gonna die quickly, so my gang is gonna stay alive. Illusion Skeletons are just immediately dying. The mortar's in the tower, and he's so low on licks. He has to cycle back to another log. Log comes way too late. I'm like up 6 licks. I'm just gonna go for another cannon card there, and the only way of kind of killing him or like killing that is going with a fireball. So I'm kind of waiting with my evolution bats. Until now, he's deciding to go cannon. Cannon immediately gets targeted. Good evolution ice bit, not gonna lie, but when mortar logs on, you guys all know, when evolution mortar logs on in this type of situation in the game, it's completely over. Hate being sober. GG's well played. 19-0. Now we're 1 game away of taking the clean, flawless 20-0, which is always a really nice milestone and feels so clean, guys. Here we go. We play against Stefan der Bear, which means Steven the Bear. Okay, so he's gonna give us the knight. Woo, woo, woo. We're gonna go for the spears here at the bridge. Opponent decides to go for me. Leave Valkyrie at the bridge. Makes sense. I was like, oh, I see like his clan name is My Doom is here. You guys know Doom is one of the best Lavon players, and I see the Valk, and I'm like, okay, it has to be Lavon, right? It has to be Lavon. So he places skating. I'm just gonna go mine on defense because I don't really have any other tank there and I don't want to waste my cannon card. So I'm just gonna mine on defense. I think it's a completely fine play to do that. And here I'm just gonna decide to go gang at the bridge because his best play would be Zap. And the good thing is, in case he goes Zap, he already wasted his tombstone, right? So this is a really good timing for me. I'm just gonna go mortar now. He doesn't have his Skelly in hand. This is what I know, so I can just go bats there. And I'm also going to go for immediately for Skelly King. I know he doesn't have Zap in hand. I also know he doesn't have Skelly in hand. And I know he doesn't have Tombstone in hand, so he just got Valk, right? So he's going to go Valk now. I can just like kill everything. And now I'm just going to use my ability because I know he doesn't have Zap. So I'm just going to steal Miner there. Also going to go Spears because I know he's going to use the Skelly Dragons, but the Spears will actually be able to kill them. So he still has to use a Mega Minion. I didn't know at this time if he had Mega Minion or Inferno D. And we're going to be able to get a ton of early chip damage on tower, which is not too bad. I'm also want to cycle towards my evolutions, where especially evolution bats can be really, really crucial against, because Skeletons kind of suck against evolution bats if they're full HP, if they're like fully charged in a way. So I'm just gonna go for my mortar there. I don't know why he didn't decide to go like for void, because normally you could just void that, but you guys see later why. Because he doesn't have actually void, he has fireball, which is way better for us. So I guess I'm just gonna go Ours there. And here I think I'm also gonna go for my gang. And I'm also gonna go Skelly King because I know he didn't have Valkyrie in Cycle, but he just decided to let it go. So kind of my Skelly King was wasted, but at the same time it wasn't wasted because he still has to defend it on the King, right? And I was like kind of hoping for him to bait out something. And I think that's kind of like a mistake he does now, because I'm just gonna go bad stack and just go mortar here. I'm gonna play mortar like towards this. So he kind of wasted Skelly King. I'm just gonna play my spears there, really good spears. And I was like, okay, I was expecting Void, right? But he didn't have Void in his deck, and I'm just gonna go for my hours there. That's a really nice hours here, making sure to clean up everything. And we guys, as you guys can see, this is like gonna be over, right? There's no way he's gonna be able to defend this. I can just go for my cannon card there. Bad stand here, I'm kind of just chilling. I can just go for my mortar there to kite everything backwards. He's gonna go for my fireball now. Really good mortar, not gonna lie. Well, at least my mortar still stays alive. Or like really good fireball, I mean, on top of the mortar and top of the bats. My spears are gonna be able to completely counter the one of the Skelly Dragons, and he's gonna say, well played. We're gonna see a good game. 20 seconds left. Honestly, there's no way for my good old friend Steven the Beer to come back into this one. I think we're also taking another free con victory here. So GG's well played. We got 20-0. Let me know in the comment section how your global tournament went. This is it for today's Clash Royale video. I'm really proud of myself. I think we played pretty good Clash Royale. As I said, Lavon is still good, but like you can use everything as long as you're good enough. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. This screenshot I've got taken. Use code mortenroyale in the shop. Goodbye.